Hello guys, I'm Duffer and welcome back to yet another Star Citizen video, and today I am going to be reviewing and touring the Freelancer MAX in 3.19.1. The ship itself is made by Misk and is focused as a medium freight. It comes with 122 SCU of cargo, which is the most of all the Freelancers in the series of them, hence it being the most expensive of them, which does make sense. You can use this ship for many roles, and with this amount of cargo space you can start to make a bit more AVC from cargo hauling as a bonus, so it's a good thing if you like that. And if you wanted to do some mercenary missions, if you wanted to bring a ground vehicle for them, you can easily do this as for bigger cargo space in the back, for bigger ramp. So it's a plus side on everything compared to the other Freelancers. Apart from the guns and missiles do not get too much bigger and better, but they're still an improvement. I am going to split this ship into 4 sections, including one floor, and this ship has 3 entrances, one of which can only be used under zero-G environments, the other 2 for gravity. So starting off with a ship tour, and we could enter the Freelancer MAX through either the ladder entrance over there the left side, which is the one you'd usually take, or to the back entrance, which is the cargo ramp. I'll be entering through the cargo ramp, and even before we walk into it you can clearly see it's bigger. Now this is very nice and allows you to fit a wider range of ground vehicles in. I think you can even nearly fit a ground vehicle Nova tank in here if it wasn't for this turret. But yeah, straight away just in front of us here we have a turret. This is great if you have a friend that wants to tag along and doesn't have anything to do. Closing the cargo ramp here, you can see it's quite fast and not too bad, no one will be able to walk in behind you. Just here you can see where the white barrier is where the cargo will be held. You can walk along the left and the right side, and you have access to modules here. Can't currently open up some of them, but they're there still. Walking along down here and in towards section C. In here is where more cargo will be held on the left and the right side, and above us here is access to a zero-G docking ring. You can use this to enter the ship if you wanted to under zero-G environments, but you won't be able to leave it from within here, as you can see. But that's that for this little room here. And going towards this living quarters section, and straight to the right of us we have access to showers and a little sink. That's that for that bit. And on the left side here we have access to drink dispensers and some towels down the bottom. It's quite a nice feature, but you can't currently use it, but it'll be cool when you can. To the right side here we have access to some random screen which has some government documents in it. As you can see is named right there. Don't know why it's got government documents on it, but it does. You can't currently use it, so it's there. On the left side here we have access to the door. This is the main entrance you'll probably use when you're flying the ship, and it's honestly just quite quick. I'll show you closing it just here. Closing it just here, yep, tucks away nicely. Moving just a bit further up again, and to the left and to the right of us we have access to 2 beds either side. These also double as an escape pod, so in the future when that's implemented you will have 4 escape pods on your ship, allowing you and 3 other people to sleep on it and escape. Moving just in front of us here we have access to section A or the cockpit. To the left and to the right side as soon as we enter we have 2 seats with access to 1 screen on them. Moving just up again we have access to the co-pilot and the pilot's seat. Sitting down in the pilot's seat and you get launched forward here and you get access to 4 screens. Now the annoying thing about Freelancer ships and all of them is 2 of them get hidden up by your jacket and your clothes you're wearing, and especially if you're wearing something thick like I am here, it really just removes them 2 screens, you cannot use them. But the 2 above is okay, it's not great, I think they can rework this, but anyway, you get access to a few little buttons here, a couple of them don't work, a couple of them do work, as you can see there, open and lock the ship. And that's kind of it for that. Weapons, missiles, and for visibility is quite alright actually for the left and the right side. The only problem is, this is actually kind of what feels worse than the Eclipse. You cannot see down, but you can see up, and you do have a little access to viewing just above you. This is okay. Visibility and definitely help you out if anyone's coming from above you, but it's really annoying that you cannot see below you. But that's it for the ship tour, so I hope you enjoyed that. So moving on to the weapons and the manoeuvrability of this ship, and this ship's stock has 4 size 3 Omnisky 11 laser cannons which are on a gimbal mount for the pilot. These are quite good, and it almost feels like you got just one big turret when flying this ship, which is quite funny actually. It has one top turret, which has two size 2 Badger laser repeaters on it, which are good if your friends want to come and do some flying with you. It does not have any bottom turrets, but the pilot does get 4 size 3 Thunderbolt 3 missiles, these are the better of the two, and 4 size 2 Dominator 2 missiles. You get quite a few missiles, and you do have to be quite picky, choosy when picking what targets to fire them at, but you still get quite a few. This ship doesn't have the best manoeuvrability, but it can still keep up with things coming at you, but don't rely on it at all, as it wasn't really built with combat in mind. So starting off with the ship upgrades you can make, and for pilot weapons, keep them the same, they're kind of the best you're going to get, and there's no point in upgrading them for an extra power coolage. But just below that, weapon racks. Now, missile racks are a hard one, so you're going to trade out the missile rack, which I haven't said before in my video, which will give you access to different missiles you can install, the Arrow 1s. You get 24 of these, so trade out the missile racks to install Arrow 1 missiles. These are very better, they're so much better, and you can have all of the same ones, so it's probably easier in general. So definitely recommend doing that for double the damage nearly. For the turret, if you have a friend which uses a turret, I would recommend upgrading the 2 Badger repeaters for FL22s. These deal quite a lot more damage. For Quantum Drive, I would definitely recommend, and I would upgrade this to an XL1, loads more speed, it's so much better, you definitely see a difference. You could also upgrade the shields to a 7MA Lorcia shields. These don't do too much more health, but there's still something, so you could upgrade them, but not 100% recommended. And I definitely wouldn't recommend doing this, but you could if you wanted to, but upgrade the coolers to a Snowpack, and the power plant to a Genoa. We also come up at a total of 495,512 AUEC, which isn't too bad to be honest, still quite expensive though. So now it's time to move on to the price and the overview of this ship. And starting off, this ship is not currently available in a starter package, but when it is available as a standalone ship, which it is at the time of recording, it will be $180, 181.80 euros or £153. Or you could buy the ship in-game at Lowville for 2,181,500 AUEC. You cannot rent this ship at this time, but I would say it's cheap enough that you do not require renting it anyways. This is my favourite ship of all the Freelancer series, I mean, who doesn't love this thing really? That extra bit of cargo space really makes it viable for every game link to play, and it's just a joy to fly, bringing ground vehicles along with you, and even some air vehicles I think you can fit into it. So in conclusion, I would say give the ship a buy for in real life and for in-game AUEC, as it's not too expensive for either, which is a great thing. If you're going to pick the ship up, make sure you use someone's referral code, mine is in the description. Thanks for watching the video guys, and I hope you liked the video, and Duffer out.